Hey, my squad, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's make sure the notification went out, the sound is working, and I'll get into what we're doing today. Let's see. Just waiting for it to kick in over here. Hope everyone is doing well today. Okay, notification went out, and I hit the. Of course, I cut the light pad off. All right. Just need to make sure the sound is working. Waiting for it to kick in over here. Okay, sound's working. So today I am working on I have it on a low setting right now because these blues and the light pad are just too bright. It's too bright and I can't see them. But um, I am working on Woodsy Witch. It's a 40 by 50, 90 colors. It's around. This was when Kristen Block was with Diamond Art Emporium. She's no longer with them. I'm doing this for Blinging in the New Year and Mia's Witches and Wizards. I also will be working on a cat painting for her Mia's Year of the Cat off screen camera. But I will show you all progress, my lives with the two canvases I'm working on right now. I'm going to sit down. I haven't done it today. I was going to do it last night, but I didn't get around to it. I wasn't feeling good. I've had a headache for past couple days off and on. And yesterday it just ramped up. Well, actually, it ramped up after my live on Tuesday. And then, yeah, so that was fun. But luckily that has passed now. And I was able to diamond paint it all yesterday because of it. So I haven't been able to work on anything in the back end of YouTube. I should have some time lapse. I may film some time lapse. I may use that cat and film some time lapse episodes. I do still have a couple little ones. Hey, Leanne, how are you? I believe that's all the light blues, so I can turn my light pad back up. That's the only problem I've found with this canvas and one of them is just me, it's my eyes, is that the plastic cover is that really, really thin plastic. That's the only issue I have with this canvas. Now the blue, the symbols, that's me. It's just my eyes and the light pad are cooperating. So that's a me that's a me thing. Hey Sherry. So what are you guys working on? Like I say, I'm working on this. I'm also doing I'll show you what I got done so far. I'm doing the Chuck Penson. I got it rolled up some. You see. But this is what I've gotten done so far on the Chuck Penson. I've gotten that whole corner done. So, yeah. I'm glad that I'm doing that for that one for Ticket to Ride and Year of the Horse. I may be able to also use that for Tia's Love is in the Air as well because I love the countryside. So Yeah, that's one of two Chucks I have. Sherry. I also have the. It's from Amazon, but it didn't. It's too small for me to have done for Ticket to Ride. Um, as I tear up things here. So the other one I have is off of Amazon, DAC on Amazon, and that is Apex of Fate, which is a beautiful lighthouse scene. Um, and this one's a 40.1 by 30.6. So when I go to do this one for an event, this one won't take me long. And of course, it's not going to go back where I want it. Ah! I got took out by Apex of Fate and Sunflower Kit from Art Dot. Oh gosh. How did I have that sitting up there? I don't know. I just put it over here. Ow, that hurt. It came down and struck me right in the arm. Yeah, it is. It really is pretty lighthouse. Okay, so I'm done that color now. But yeah, so at least with yeah, right. So with the Chuck Benson I'm doing, that's the one I'm working on is the Golden Valley. That sucker is 93 by 70. Um I'm loving the canvas, but I should be able to get it done by the end of the I don't know. I may not be going into 2027 with no whips this time around. Uh I guess it all depends on how much I could sit and work on the Chuck. Um oh, I might be able to use it for a retro cult classic too, because it gives me the Secret Garden. Oh my god, I wish I still had a VCR and my VCR tape of that. I'll have to see if I can find that one on online somewhere to watch. The original Secret Garden. Um it reminds me Chuck Penson reminds me of that. Okay. Get back on your spot where you're supposed to be. I went to go get something off the canvas and my fingernail accidentally moved some um, moved some drawers. Okay. Crisis averted. But yeah, so I have to talk I'll talk with Chris and um oh my god, I just forgot her name. Stacy. That's it, Stacy. I'll talk with Chris and Stacy and see because I know because you have to complete a 30 by 30 30 by or 40 30 by 40 section, I believe, or have that left undone on the canvas for Retro Call Classic. Yeah, by the time February gets here, I'll still have probably over half the canvas. So okay, so I'm going to do the clover that sticks out to me now. But yeah, so that's what I got going on right now. I got to get working on some content. Right now, I with the new where we can use the AI thingy on StreamYards to generate clip shorts. Um, I think I have those posted all the way up until maybe March. So I do have some content going out. But I need to get some content for my members done. Um, this go around probably this week or this weekend. Um, I'll get that done. Because what I do is I, publish it out to the members first, and then it goes out on whatever day I set it to publish to the general YouTube. So I think it's pretty cool that I can do that. So I use that feature. I still can't believe my birthday is like 17 days away. Alexa, how many days is it till the 25th of January?
It's 17 days until January 25.
Yeah, I thought so. I'm loving the new voice too for Alexa.
I'm so glad you're enjoying the feminine one. Upbeat voice. It's like I've had a caffeine boost. Always ready to chat and never running out of steam.
But I've realized if I don't let her ring go off and I keep talking to her, she'll actually communicate back to me. So it's the new Alexa Plus, I believe is what it's called. See, watch, she'll talk here in a minute.
Alexa Plus free early access is rolling out now to customers who own a compatible Echo or Fire TV device. Customers can also get access by purchasing a new compatible device or requesting access.
Yeah, see? Okay, there she went off. I had to wait for her to go off so I could talk. But I woke up the other morning and asked her about the weather, and it had a different voice, and I'm like, oh my God, I like the new voice. So, but now I just got to get used to that. I got to wait for her light to go off before I say anything else, or she thinks I'm talking to her. It's one of those catch-22 things, But yeah, it's hilarious. I haven't had to argue with the new voice like I used to with the old one. So this one, she actually, when I ask her a question, she actually picks my voice up like she's supposed to. The other one, oh my God, she was crazy. So, but yeah, I'll be 48 in 17 days. Oh my gosh. I'm old. Yeah, people have been asking about how they can send me birthday gifts. That's why I got my PayPal and my Cash App running across the bottom of the screen. Or if they can send me something off my Amazon wish list, which is in the link tree above. So okay, I wasn't gonna put that stuff out there, but people keep asking me about it, so see, I'm not one to promote myself out there, and for me to sit there and talk about me having Patreon and channel memberships and ways that you could support the channel outside of just liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting, to me feels like begging. No, I never do anything for my birthday, Sherry. It's usually just me and mom, and just have whatever I want for dinner, and I usually have brownies, or I get cheesecake, or I get cupcakes from the local store. So no, I never do anything for my birthday. I haven't in God, I haven't in probably over, oh God, I would say 15 to 20 years. I haven't done anything for my birthday. So, but it's okay. Probably do the same thing I did last year. I had dinner, and then I sat and watched movies and diamond painted. I usually have cupcake, or brownies, or sometimes cheesecake, or something like that. And whatever I decide for for a birthday dinner. But other than that, I don't do nothing. I don't go nowhere or anything like that. Not even when I was dating my ex. All we did was hang out at his house. Well, not on my ex's birthday, um, but because he had to work. But no, no, I'll probably do a diamond. Oh, Mia's actually. I'll probably be hang out Mia's live on Sunday, and then my birthday, which is on a Sunday, and then after her live is over, I probably just sit and diamond paint for most of the day and night. Uh, Plus, I don't like being around a lot of people either. In if I'm going to be inside somewhere, I'm okay around a lot of people out in big groups outside, because I can easily get away and I don't feel trapped or confined. But if I'm in an area where there's a lot of people indoors, I get bad anxiety. Um, I've been to a couple concerts that were indoors, but it's still one place I went to. It's huge, so I felt like It felt like I was outside, but we actually were inside. But it's a huge convention center, so yeah, I'm okay with a large group if I know my access points of getting away to so I'm not in a big group. But um see, I also have claustrophobia too, so I do have the fear of tight spaces. um So when I'm like in the middle of a group, it feels like I'm trapped, you know. But as long as I have a way to get away from a large group, I'm okay. 18 times 2. Oh, 18 is a fairy dust. Oh, that's right. It's 550. Ah, had never seen the 550 fairy dust until I got this canvas. And 550 is my favorite DMC. It is my by far favorite DMC, hands down. And I love this 550 fairy dust. The only fairy dust so far I found that I'm not a fan of is 5200. I mean, I'll use it, but I'm not what you call a fan of 5200 though. Fairy dust. To me, I don't really see the fairy dust on that. To me, the 5200 fairy dust just looks like a muted white to me. So, I mean, I'll use it if it's in a canvas, but it's not a go-to grab for me for 5200 when I'm blinging. So. But anywho, so yeah, I'll be getting up a list today at some point of all the events I'm working on for January. And then I'll be looking ahead and planning out events for the next few months as well. That ones that I know I do. And then I'll get those lists out eventually. But yeah, I know I'm slacking on that. I usually have that done. I usually have that done by the end of December, and ready to go for January. But I had some monkey wrenches thrown in my plans. Thank God 2026 so far has started off good. I'm not in a dumpster fire roller coaster ride like I was last year. Knock on wood. But it started out good. Yeah, I have it almost complete, Sherry. It's just I got to go get there's a few links I need to go get and add to it. So so I got that coming up. Like I say, I'm going to work on some content videos over the weekend. Probably going to be some time lapses. And get those set to post out. Like I say, they'll go to my members first, and then they'll post out to general YouTube a day or so later. But I want to give my members first chance to watch them. I'm probably going to be doing some updates to my Patreon and my YouTube memberships. Um, so nothing major, just some little minor, cosmetic updates. I got so many ideas. I got them written down, but some of them sound good when they come into your mind, but when you and write them on paper, but when you go to execute them, yes, some of them don't make the cut after that. So that I got to weed through and do the ones that work. I mean, the others, they may work down the line eventually, but right now I got a couple ideas that I popped into my mind, last month, last year. Actually, I could say last year. Um, but when I went to go to execute them, they didn't work. So, um, I need to update my storage system for my spare drills because what I got them stored in right now, yeah, it's getting a little full. And so that's yeah, that needs to be fixed. So I got to work on that at some point. Because I got some to kit down. I still got some. I got some off canvas project to finish. I probably finish that out as a time lapse. Working on that. So I could probably film that later if I actually feel like it. While I'm watching some TV or some YouTube. Because I know Tammy's live tonight. She's going live. I think Christopher Colassa is going to be on there with her, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so that's going to be fun. I'm trying to figure out who else is live on a Thursday. Can't remember if there's anybody else live Thursday night or not. Sherry, I don't mind either one. I love the kit up. I love the kit down. I love the whole process. And storing my I'm one. If it has a DMC, I keep it. If it doesn't have a DMC, I have a bottle that they go in, unless it's 310 or 666, because I know that one, and 5200. I know those colors. So but if I can color match, I'll color match it most times. But there are times that I'm not. It doesn't color match. So actually, I have a box. I think. See, that's the only problem with a confetti canvas, though. I'm getting better with confetti ones. I mean, I'm getting quicker, but it takes so long to do one color because it's all, spread all around. You don't have a lot of areas where you can multi-place. Um, see, I save all my drills, all my special drills, my crystals, all that. Um, so, but it don't, kitting up, kitting down, neither one bugs me at all. Um, I love the whole process. Just trying to make sure I got all these. I mean, I have a whole system too when I kit up and I kit down. Um, y'all pretty much seen me the way I kit up. How I put everything in my little baskets I have, um, and I make sure it's all in DMC order or chronological order. If it doesn't have DMCs or whatever, and then oh, you got to be kidding me! I just spilled. Oh, I knew that would probably happen at some point today. Boy, that bird is really chirping outside my window. I don't know if y'all can hear him or not. And there are these teeny tiny little birds, but they got such a loud chirp. Okay. Alrighty. I didn't spill a whole lot, but I spilled enough to. Yeah, yeah. This has 90 colors for, and this is a 40 by 50, and I'm like, wow. Um, with the colors, this is my very first canvas with more than 65 colors. Um, but you know what they say, go big or go home. Um, and so it's a lot of, you know, a lot of confetti. I'm trusting the process. I mean, looking at it, it's coming out really good. Um, but um, and then the Czech Penson is my first canvas, huge canvas. I mean, my first canvas bigger than a 70 by 80. So yeah, I did the rose over the rainbow, and then I did Dreamers. We're all mad here, which is the tattooed kind of Alice girl with the Cheshire cat. Um, yeah, that's they can be confetti heavy. I mean, I get a good bit done, even though it's confetti heavy. What's the star? Um, 66. Oh no, wrong star. Okay, that one's this one. Um, it's two different stars on here. One's got a white circle around it, and the other one is, yeah, I have to keep remembering. But yeah. So I mean, I'm getting better with how fast I work on confetti. I get better at single placing too, but I've also learned how to use the multi-placer and still single place as well. Um, I mean, I've been diamond painting for 5 years. May it be 6 years for me, and I've seen a lot of improvements of the multi-placing and all, and how fast I can place. um, over the years. Um, but I still, I've been, like I said, I've been doing it for 5 years. I still kind of consider myself a newbie, or newish, um, newbie adjacent. I'll put it that way. I can't remember. Oh, it was a Santa Claus movie when he said, um, Canada adjacent. That's where I get that from. But I find myself learning something new every day. Still, especially with bling. I'm still I consider myself still pretty much a newbie at bling. But I said in my live that when I kitted this up that day, and I just looked at it, and I knew her eyes needed to be have bling, and I wanted to add glow in the dark, of course. So I'm using AB 5200 glow in some areas, and I'm using sparklers. You know, I didn't add any metallic. I have some metallic from when I won some girls from Debbie Day. But I didn't actually. I don't know. I may. There's an for the 310 in her. I actually may wind up. I have a mineral one called. Is it mineral ash? It's a subtle type looking. Metallic. That I think may fit perfect. Um, in her hat or her dress. So I may wind up changing the what I was going to use for the 310 in her the witch herself. Um, because I think that will stand out from the 939 a little bit. So because she's got both 310 and 939. But like I say, sometimes I plan out my bling, and then other times I will bling on what I call on the fly. So it just all depends. Um, hey, Snug Sissy. No, this was a gift. This one, this is an A2. This was a gift from Sandy Chan. This was actually a gift from Sandy Chan. So. But mine bubbled a little bit, sis, but I just used some I used some tape and fixed it. You've never planned out your bling, Sherry? Yeah, when I bling, what I usually do, the first thing that catches my eye on the canvas, like with her, it was her eyes, and then of course the pumpkin, the glowing the he's a jack-o'-lantern, so where he was carved, I wanted that to glow. I already knew that. But usually, if I'm planning my bling, it's the first thing that I see. My eye catches my eye is where I start with my bling. And for her, it was her eyes, and then it went out from there. I think now. Um, I am using uh, four different things. It's in different areas because one of them it's like um 4 or 5 different symbols I'm blinging with the same color, but it's 4 different um, specialty bling drills I'm using. So. Yeah, I sometimes I'll work flat, Sherry, but right now I'm it's my mom had this laptop desk and we took the legs off of it, and because it was one that made when you were sitting on the couch you could put it over your lap. We took the legs off of it, and it has a piece that like lifts up. So oh, okay, yeah. See, I've never used one of her ESs, but I do have a canvas that's on her list. And I have the ES list for it, but I'm not changing a lot in that canvas either. But I may see if I have the stuff on Tima and Cheryl used to change on that one. Um and go from there. It's Fiona. It was Dragons and Beasties canvas. I won it from the Asian Year Long event. And I love that canvas from the first time I saw it. I just could never get it. And then, it went archived, or, Diamond Art Club didn't have it anymore. Dragons and Beasties weren't with them anymore, I don't think. And so I had been looking in D stashes and just could never find it. And they had Dragons and Beasties had donated, I think, a canvas every month for the the whole event. And I know they gave December's away. I don't know. I don't remember who won December's. Oh no, I don't know. They might not have done December's yet. No, they done the prize parade. Never mind. And when I wanted, oh my gosh, yeah, it was like I couldn't believe that I had won my unicorn. Um, right as of right now, I don't have any other unicorn canvases. So yeah, that's the canvas I'm working on right now. Sherry is the canvas for that one. But yeah, her eyes. I just like her eyes needed to pop out, and I knew I wanted. I love glow in the dark. I am a glow in the dark kid. I mean, when growing up, I think I had probably over 200 or 300 of the stars and the moons and the hearts and the different sea animals and the planet shapes that you could put up on your wall that glow in the dark. I wish I still had all those, but when we moved, when my dad passed away and we moved, they got lost somewhere. It's okay. I'll find if I can always get them back if I want them. You can get them like really cheap at the dollar store. But I had those all over my room growing up. Um, so, so I love anything glows in the dark. Of course, I love my skulls and my mythical creatures. My dragons and centaurs and you know all that, all those characters. And of course, I love the Day of the Dead Sugar Skull girls and guys and all. And I love the whole history behind Day of the Dead. The whole culture, that cultural, you know. So let's see, where are we at? Oh, we're almost at an hour. Why does it seem like it's not been that long that I've been live? Time is weird. It's like some days it flies by really fast, and other days it feels like it's dragging on. But how are the girls, Sissy? Um, yeah, but I've always been into that kind of stuff. And it might sound weird, but I love weird oddities. Oh, did you say I'll go check it out once I get off the live today? Um, okay. I love there used to be a show called Oddities that came on with like the two-headed animals and all that kind of crazy stuff. I love that stuff, that kind of stuff too. They call it the macabre. Um, you know, like but I do. I love that type of stuff, you know. And of course, I love my true crime. Oh my gosh, I love my true crime. Um, I've been watching Ozark Law, and different type of law shows. There's one where you come on A&E called Desert Law. I like my first 48. You know, of course, I like all the NCISs, CSIs. Um, you know, I love Fire Country, Sheriff Country. You know, those type of shows. Um, I love SWAT, and it's only because my celebrity crush is on that show. Oh my god, I love me some Shamar Moore. SVU. I haven't watched SVU in a long time. Um, I don't know why I stopped watching SVU. But I've had a crush on Shamar Moore ever since he was Malcolm Winters on Young and the Restless. I swear. He played Malcolm Winters on Young and the Restless. Oh my gosh. And but yeah, so I love, like I said, I've always loved crime shows and things like that, like 911, Unsolved Mysteries, those type shows. I still watch. Oh my god, I love me my first 48 though. Yep, he was Neil's brother, um, and you know, after he went off the show for a while, he came back as a different actor. That different actor that played him for a little while was the one who played Eddie Winslow on Family Matters. And the one who plays Devon Hamilton on Young and the Restless right now, that is Brighton James. And Brighton James played Little Richie on Family Matters. And then, of course, when Neil died in real life, and they worked his death into the show, Shamar Moore actually came back to play Malcolm Winters again. Which I thought was only fitting, because him and Christophe St. John, who played Neil, they were close in real life. So. But yeah, so he went from Young and the Restless to Criminal Minds, and then from Criminal Minds he went to SWAT. So but I've always loved Shamar Moore. Then of course I like my westerns too. I love my John Wayne movies. Oh my gosh, I watched Happy. I love Adam Sandler. I love his movies, and I watched Happy Gilmore 2 the other night. I laughed my ass off at that movie. That is so freaking hilarious. Um, I don't know what I'm gonna go watch next on Netflix. I can't remember where I left off with Outer Banks. I gotta try to figure out where I left off on that. Um, I need to catch up on Virgin River. I do know that. I just can't remember. Can't remember where I left off on that one either. So I have to figure that out. But let's see. What color are we going to next? 82. See now, my eyes are playing tricks on me again, so I'm gonna have to turn the light pad down, brightness down again. There we go. All right. This tree's gonna come out so cool looking. I guess it's a tree. I don't have my picture here. Where's my picture? Oh yeah, that's a tree. So, but yeah, so those are a lot of the shows I like watching. I'll have to check that out, Sherry, because I love westerns. John Wayne's are my all-time favorite, though. Um, I grew up watching John Wayne's, especially McClintock, Hatari's Reef. Um, no, McClintock, Donovan's Reef, Hatari. Jeez, God, I'm mixing my words. I'm telling you, I need to go back to sleep. Uh, and see if I wake up and my mind is going in the right direction. Um, yeah, so and I love Circus World and The Shootist and Cowboys, Rio Bravo, Rio Lobo, Comancheros, Hellfire, Fighting Seabees, um, North to Alaska. I could go on days for days with naming John Wayne movies. Thank you, Sherry. But yeah, it's um I'll have to check that out though. I tell you another one I liked, and it was one with Adam Sandler. Oh God, what was that called? Seven Amigo, seven. Oh my God, it was seven of them. Him and six brothers. Um, all from different, different dads and stuff. But oh God, what is the name of that one? I know it's on. It was on Netflix. Oh my gosh, where's my towel? Let's see if I can look it up. Well, I don't know what that is. I dropped it on the floor, but it'd be all right. Oh, that's gonna bug me until I find the name. Um, Adam Sandler movies. Adam. Oh gosh. Why isn't it working? Adam Sandler movies. I just didn't feel like typing. I know he did one called The Do-Over. Oh, it's called The Ridiculous Six. No, it was. I thought it was 7. It's actually called Ridiculous Six. That one was really good. The one he did called The Do-Over was really good. I do because I remember seeing those on. Murder Mystery is another good one. That was on. I know that was on Netflix at one point. Of course, I like Mr. Deeds. Oh, they did a murder mystery too. I didn't know that. Um, I like Mr. Deeds and That's My Boy, Jack and Jill, Grown Ups 2, Blended. Um, just Go With It. Bedtime Stories was another good one. The Longest Yard, I loved that one. Um, Waterboy, of course, Big Daddy. Of course, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison. Um, oh, another movie. It's not Adam Sandler, but another one I like is Coneheads. Oh my God, I love that movie. That movie's hilarious. So, yeah, The Waterboy is funny. Um, you know, but I always have loved Adam Sandler movies, and a lot of Adam Sandler movies, he uses a lot of the same people characters in the movies sometimes, like from other Adam Sandler movies, which I think is pretty cool. Of course, I love Eddie Murphy's Coming to America, and if you have Amazon Prime, you can find the second Coming to America. It on there. That one's pretty good too. He's a lot of the same people from the first one. Um, then of course I love old school movies like Best Little House in Texas. All three of the Smokey and the Bandits. But one of my all time favorite Richard Pryor, Jackie Gleason movies is called The Toy. Oh my God, I love that movie. Um, you know, oh, then there was what was the name of that Richard Pryor? Mom, what was the name of that Richard Pryor movie where they were buying the house and the people kept telling them, "You like that? We're taking it with us." Oh, I can't remember what it was called, but I know the one you're talking about. Oh my God, I love that. Yeah, and then I liked Richard Pryor and that other guy. It was oh God, there's another Richard. I love Richard Pryor movies too. Um, and of course, I love Jackie Gleason as well. Um, and of course, TV shows. I love all the old westerns and you know, Mama's Family and MASH and the Beverly Hillbillies and those type of shows. They're all things I grew up on. All kinds of old shows like that. I mean, growing up, I was a lot of old school movies and and TV shows, and of course I was a huge country music fan, still am. And when I say huge, I mean back from the 20s, 30s, 40s, on up. Um except the new version of Taylor Swift. Okay, I love Taylor before the whole Kanye West incident. When Taylor knew what her roots were when she was still country. I can't get with Taylor Swift now. And I had someone tell me I was how they put it, that they could not be friends with me because I was not a Swiftie, basically. They had a little bit more worded into it, but I'm just gonna go with the clean version. Because I don't want no strikes on my channel. But yeah, all because I was not a Swiftie, they didn't want nothing to do with me. They said they could not be friends with someone who was not a Swiftie. Well, I hate to tell you, that there are people in this world that are not Swifties. Right over there, Zoe? I don't know what she was chasing. Yeah, but because I'm not a Swiftie, they can't be friends with me. I'm like, okay, you're lost. You're gonna, I mean, I still like some of her older songs, when she was still doing country songs. This crap she's doing now, it's not country. And God, I didn't see her damn relationship with what's his face, them being married. But I hate to say it, I don't give their marriage more than a year or two, and they'll be divorced. I mean, look at her track record. Look at her dating. I know people are going. If people hear this, they're going to be, there's going to be people mad at me because that's how I believe. But hey, my freedom of, speech. You don't like it, kick rocks. My type of feeling. But I don't know. She just is not the same person when she used to do country music. I think if she went back to her country roots, she would be totally, totally different. But this fate of Ophelia and all that crap that she's done now, I mean, the life of a showgirl, or whatever it is called, it's just, I don't know. It's not, to me, it's like it's a cry for help. I don't know. Like she's, she wants to go back to her roots, but since she's done this, she can't. But that's just my opinion, And opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. Well, Zoe, if you'd stop jumping down and jumping back up, you would not get your toenails caught. Okay? Lord, kid. I don't know what this cat is on. She's on something today. I don't know what's wrong with her. Yeah, I mean, I've heard bits and pieces of it, but it's just not her music today is not my cup of tea. I never really was a Swiftie anyway. I never really was. I mean, I had a couple songs I liked by her, but I'm not enough to call me a Swiftie, And when this person told me they couldn't be friends with me because I'm not a Swiftie, I just looked at them and said, good luck trying to find friends then, because I know a ton of people that aren't Swifties. And so, but it's one of those, And then they wanted to criticize me because I like old school country music. Like I'm talking about, Minnie Pearl, Roy Acuff, you know, George Jones, George Strait, you know, little Jimmy Dickens, the ones who did the Beverly Hillbillies theme, Earl and Scruggs, I believe. I know one's name's Earl, but I can't remember if it was Earl and Scruggs or Scruggs and Earl, how it went. Um, and I don't knock people who do like her music like that, but this person was pretty much trying to tell me I had to be a Swiftie to be friends with them. I'm like, no, I can like her older music. I just don't like her music of today. What she's doing now. I don't like that music. Um, you know, they I mean, I like I got to see Merle Haggard actually perform 6 months to the day he died. It was 6 months after I seen him perform that he passed away. And he sang one of my very favorite songs by him, and that is Silver Wings. Um, I was my ex took me to the concert. It was in Ocean City, Maryland, which is not far from here. Um, and we were center stage, third row. So I got to actually, see him perform that. Oh yeah, Porter Wagner, Willie Nelson, Loretta, Tammy, gosh. Oh, I could see his face, but can't call his name right now. And I actually have a DVD about his life. Oh, that come to me later. I'm also an Elvis fan too. I love Elvis. Johnny Cash, June Carter Cash. You know, all those people. On the Opry, and now I get to, no, not George Jones. Yeah, Hank Williams. Oh God. Oh, I could picture him because he died in the back of the car on the way to a gig. Um, oh my gosh. Oh, this is horrible because I could see his face, but I can't call his name. And I remember that they were driving to a gig, and he was asleep in the back seat of the car, and he wound up dying. And they're pretty sure it was from all his drinking and drugs. Um, yeah, Conway Twitty. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Of course, Toby. Oh my God. Especially countries of today and all that. George Strait. Toby Keith. People like that. But no, that wasn't Hank Williams. Oh my God. It eventually come to me. It'd be one of the things that eventually come to me. Oh my gosh. Let me see. I don't know what this cat is playing with, but she is having a ball over there. I'm going back to 19. No, I forgot about Kitty Wells. Patsy Cline, Trish Ernest Tubb, nope. Marty Robbins, Jim Reeves. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, I'll find it. I'll eventually find it because I know it wasn't Hank Williams. Um, it'll come to me eventually, but I know he was. Oh my god, because he did a movie. Because I think it was called. I saw. Oh, I can look up the movie. That's right. What is the movie was called? I saw it. Okay, maybe it was Hank Williams. Why am I thinking it was somebody else? Okay. I don't know why I was. You're right, Sherry. I was thinking it was somebody else. I don't know why I had him confused with somebody else. But yeah, I loved that movie. That movie was so good. And I see, I love those type of movies. They're based on true stories. That's why I loved um the one about Johnny Cash. And June, him and June, um, Walk the Line. I loved Walk the Line. That and the two people that got to play June and Johnny when they were younger. Oh my gosh, Joaquin Phoenix and um wasn't her name Reese Witherspoon? I can't remember her name, but I know I love Joaquin Phoenix. Um, I love those type of movies. Yeah, it was, and to think that he wrote the song "Hurt" after she passed away, and not long after that, he passed away. You know, um, but when it comes to country music, I mean, and people are like, "Oh, you're not old enough to remember that type of music." I'm like, I might not be been around when it was first released, but I was raised on country music. That and a 8-track tape of Cheech and Chong. We won't go there. Um, but yeah, I liked her in Sweet Home Alabama too. Oh my gosh, that's another movie I love. Is Sweet Home Alabama. Um, but yeah, Johnny, I believe he did too. Um, I really do because I forget it's not far. Their death states are not far apart from each other. So but yeah, I really do too. I think he did. Um, and all the trouble and turmoil he went through, and then how she helped get him back on track. Um, and but I love his music. I love Ring of Fire, and Tennessee Flat Top Box. I love that one too. Um, and Folsom Prison Blues. I love that one. Um, but I love, the whole history behind that movie. It was all about his. Um, no, I don't. I don't remember him. I remember though when I started recording music um on cassette tapes. I didn't actually have a boombox back then. I was one of the millions of people who figured out that you could use Teddy Ruxpin to record music and other things, your voice or whatever, on cassette tapes. And to hear Boys to Men, um, a song for Mama coming out of Teddy Ruxpin's mouth was kind of creepy. But yeah. Yeah, see, I don't remember that yeah, he did. He wrote Walk the Line for, oh God, what was it? I can't remember his first wife's name, but yeah. Oh yeah, I did too. But it took getting used to, because you knew Teddy Ruxpin played these story tapes, like he read you these stories. Because you could, I think his hands, if I'm not mistaken, his hands were out like this, and he could hold the book like he was reading it when you put the tape in there. So I got the bright idea. Okay, you can, I don't know how I ever figured out he could record, but um, I remember figuring, okay, if he plays that tape, let's see if he'll play one of my cassette tapes. And it was the first time hearing a song come out of his mouth was kind of creepy. But it's funny how when you get talking about things, you remember things from, how memories come back from your childhood, you know, like that. Oh, what's the arrow? The arrow, the arrow, where's the arrow? Oh, 70. Oh my gosh. Yep. Oh yeah. Um, Sherry, I go back as far as when you had to sit, if you wanted just those colorful lines to come up on your screen or play the game Oregon Trail, you had that code book that you had to type in perfectly, that all that code on that page to get it to come on. I go back that far. I mean, I go back as far as, you know, um, the Atari, the original Nintendo. What was that other one? Oh, there was one that hooked to your. Oh, it was from a hook to your computer. Socrates. No, Socrates could hook to your it hooked to your TV. But I go back as far as Socrates, which was an educational gaming system back in my childhood. um, and actually my desktop has a 3.5 disc drive on it. I don't have a floppy, but I remember the floppies. Oh, I had Atari, I had the Nintendo, I had the Sega Genesis, I had Nintendo 64. Oh no, that was, yeah, Nintendo 64. I had Xbox, the original Xbox. I had an original PlayStation. I had a PlayStation 2 at one point. Um, I've had the Wii, the GameCube. I've had all kinds of games. But yeah, um, I mean, I go back as far as you had to get up and change the channel if you wanted to change the channel. But yeah, so but yeah, see, I remember it, but I never liked it. I never liked it. Um, I am not an Apple person. Not even back then. I did not care for Apple. Uh, but yeah, I remember that just to play the game Oregon Trail on your computer, you had, oh my God, I can't remember exactly how many pages of text it was you had to type in, but you had this several pages of a code that you had to type into the DOS, um, the DOS prompt. And I was like, oh my gosh. By the time you got all that typed in, you were like almost too tired to play the game. But yeah, those were the date. Oh my gosh, that is dating me back. So, but oh my gosh, I'm just probably gonna. Where are we at? Almost an hour and a half. Okay. See, yeah, I mean, I can see where that is, but I like that where everything would sync, but I'm just not. I don't like the. I don't know. I just never liked the Apple interface. Basically, I think is what it is. I'm just guess I'm so used to Windows and Android. Oh yeah, the Walkman. Do you Oh my God, this is going to take me back. Do you remember they were called pocket rockers? They were like a little, looked like a cassette player, little mini cassette player, and you had these teeny tiny little things that almost like a Game Boy game, um, little, or a Switch game, and it went down in there and it played like one song. Um, oh my God, I had what was it? Come a Chameleon by what's his face? Oh my God, I cannot remember his name right now. And I had Walk Like an Egyptian. I had some Boys to Men and some other ones, but um, I loved Come a Chameleon. Um, I played that one all the time. That and Walk Like an Egyptian. Oh, and I had Manic Monday. I also had Manic Monday for it. I wish I still had that. Oh my God, that'd probably be worth something right now. Um, yeah, oh, Boy George. Yeah, okay. I couldn't think of his name for some reason. I don't think they do, sis. I don't think they sell pocket rockers anymore. Um, but yeah, I wish I still had mine. Then I wish I still had my. This, this one's gonna age me, and the Fisher Price barn nowadays is plastic. When I was growing up, and it accidentally got left at a house we moved, and when my parents went back to try to get that in my bronze baby shoes, they couldn't get it back. But I had the tin Fisher Price barn. It was made out of tin, and it was handed down to me from somebody else, but it was tin, not the plastic they're made of today. Yes, they still make record players. They actually make one that hooks to like your computer or whatever, and you can actually play your record and um, um, get it and turn it over into digital. But yeah, they still, yeah, you can still get record players because a lot of artists still will release, and even newer artists, a lot of them will still release music on vinyl. So I know you have trouble getting CDs though. Um, that I don't think you can really buy CDs much anymore. Um, Sorry, my desktop restarted, so I'm trying to get you out. Yeah, you can buy you can buy an actual, it's like a VCR that does the same thing. That you can put your VCR tape in and transfer it over to digital files for your computer and stuff. See, we never really had where I lived out because I lived out in the country, so I didn't ever have a record store you could get to like that. But I do remember, um, my dad had went to, it was called the transfer station or the dump, basically. And at this dump, they had an area where it was kind of over, it had a building over it, and you could drop off things that still worked, still in good condition. You could drop there, and people could take them for free. Well, they had this floor model TV. It was also an 8-track tape player, a record player, a radio. I cried when everything stopped working on that. Um, I loved that console. Um, it was heavy, but I loved it. Um, yeah. So okay, did I get all this? All the arrows. And so we had 45s and um, oh god, I can't remember the other. We had another size record too, and I can't remember what it was. Um, but yeah, so I grew up on records and cassette tapes and um, 8-track tape player. My dad had one of those in the truck, and then we had one, in that console. But but um, the things that bring back memories. Let's see. Okay, do what, Mom? Oh, I wasn't sure what you said. 71. But yeah, those were the good days. And that's where, you only could get maybe one or two channels with the, antenna, and you prayed and prayed for a foggy night because on a foggy night, we could pick up channels from where we lived at the time. We could pick up channels from Virginia, from Pennsylvania, um, Delaware, of course, Maryland stations, you know, and yeah, it was so epic. Yeah, it's like toys of today are just like, kids of today don't really know how good we had it growing up. Oh yeah, yeah, they are. They are, sis. The toys of today are made so cheaply, and sold so sky high. But there are a few toys that never went out of fashion. That was the Cabbage Patch, the Light Bright, Rubik's Cube, Easy Bake Oven. They changed the style of it, but it never really went out of style. I mean, out of style for the type of toy it was. Um, you know, and of course, Strawberry Shortcake, Rainbow Bright, My Little Ponies. Um, God, I miss the Pound Puppies. Miss having the Pound. I had so many Pound Puppies growing up. Um, I miss my Cabbage Patch too, but the dog killed my Cabbage Patch. That dog, for some reason, that dog just annihilated my Cabbage Patch. I don't know what my Cabbage Patch did to him. Oh yeah, Polly Pocket, Barbie, um, Lego, of course. You know, those are all toys that never really went out of style. Um, but and of course Fisher Price. Fisher Price never really went out of style, but Fisher Price actually came out with a lot, of educational toys over the years for the time periods. Um, they evolved as technology evolved. Fisher Price evolved with the Easy Bake Oven set. Yeah, that's back when you had the original. When we still had incandescent light bulbs. Um, but yeah, I miss my Easy Bake Oven. So I love that thing. And I learned how to cook. I didn't buy the packs and stuff that you could get to mix up. Um, I remember mine always cooked good, but the ones nowadays I couldn't really tell you. I'm talking about I had the original Easy Bake Oven. Um, and that's back when you had we still had incandescent light bulbs, not these LED bulbs of today. Um, and you put 100-watt light bulb in there, it would cook. I actually miss that thing. I really do. I actually miss my Easy Bake Oven. I used to cook like actual, like a Duncan Hines cake mix. I would take one of those, or um, I actually toasted bread in there with it one time. You know, I never really used the actual packets in it. Yeah, but it's not like it was when I was a kid, sis. Um, I love the light. I had different light brights over the years. But yeah. Show you what it looked. Let's see. Uh, That's what mine looked like. Sis. I had that one right there. Wow, that brings back so many memories. Wow, that brings back so many memories. Yeah, but I never, I told about that a couple days ago when I was seeing a commercial for Light Bright. That was the original diamond painting. Um, yeah, it did. It actually looked like a little microwave, sis. Then they actually had one that was looked more like a microwave oven as well. But yeah, it kind of did look have the look of a microwave oven. I remember because it was white with mine had purple accents on it, I believe. But I remember that the majority of the what had the picture on the front and the casing was white. And you took the back off, you put a light bulb in there, and turned it on in the light bulb, the heat of the light bulb, because it was the old original incandescent light bulbs, the ones that had that filament in it, not these LED light bulbs they have today. And I don't know why the government outlawed the those light bulbs, but yeah, you had the Susie Homemaker version. And then I think Betty Crocker actually came out with one. Oh God, I can't remember when that was. I think it was early, in the early '90s. I'm still alive. What? I'm still alive. What? Oh, somebody wants to say hi. Oh, what do you want? Butt crack? Yeah, I'm just here with mom. I'll be done in a little bit and I'll come talk to you. Cat's a mess. She spend her mama time. She'll come talk to me later, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes she'll talk to me. Sometimes I know she's listening to me, but she doesn't pay me any attention. But she's a strange little bird. But we love them. We love them all to death. But yeah, so mom was trying to love on her, and then all of a sudden, nope, mom, I went down. But yeah, but yeah, those are some nostalgic toys that are still around. But, yeah, I'm gonna try to push this to the 2 hour mark. I need the heart. What's the heart? The heart. 60. I'm just pour them in the lid because I ain't got that many. But yeah, so it's fun to remember back to the toys of our childhood, and then look at toys of today, and it's like kids don't kids, and then you wonder why kids are the way they are today, you know but Okay, Sherry, have a good day. Yeah, I'm gonna try to push it to the 2 hour mark. I'm trying, but I may be slowly fading. um, I hate when the weather is kind of. We're supposed to have some raininess coming in and all that. So this type of weather makes me crazy because we've been getting up in the, you know, 40s, 50s, 60s, and then dropping down to like the mid 30s. But it's like we get these warm days and then it goes right back cold and then comes back warm, and it's driving me crazy. Um, but I'm gonna tough it out as long as I can. We're not far from the 2 hour mark. And I usually try to do about an hour and a half to 2 hour live anyway. So um, I will be live next Tuesday and next Thursdays first. I know right now. Um, so but anywho, oh my gosh. But anyway, I'm at the point where I've kind of ran out of things to say, I guess. But yeah, so I'm going to work on getting some, content for the members, and then it'll eventually go out to the general YouTube. Um, let's see. I could start filming some of that. I got one done, but I need to get a few more done. Um, I do have, like I say, I do have some time. Other oh shoot, I'll spit that out in a minute. Um, little shorts that are going up right now. Until I can get some content video filmed. But I just had things come into and like little monkey wrench thrown in places, and I've had to deal with that. So I've taken care of all that. So now I can get back to my regular scheduled programming. Yes, it was junk mail. Yeah, you did. It was junk mail. I said you did. It was all junk mail. I did what? You did. It was all junk mail. Okay, I just asked. Damn, you can act nasty. Shouldn't have to repeat myself 55 times. See, I don't own any minis. So I don't have any of those yet. And I can turn the light pad back up. Okay, there we go. It's just a few colors my eyes do not see the symbol right on, and I've had to try. I have to change the brightness of the light pad. Number 15. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, I don't own any minis. Um, well, I mean, I guess you could call the Timu canvases I got there 15 by what are they? 20 by 20s. So that's what 15-inch by 15-inch, I think. I guess you could consider them a mini. So, but oh my gosh, my back is starting to hurt a little bit. That's only the weather. So. But anyway, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to call it a day. Because my back is actually starting to hurt. But so that's what we got done so far. And I think it's coming out really nice. You actually can start seeing the two trees here the trunks are coming out really good. So I need to put release paper back over this. I need my strong. I don't even know where I got this cover minder. I think it came from Crashly, but it has one strong magnet on it for a cover minder. So I'm gonna put that on for now, and then I will work on this later. So I'm just gonna leave this on my desk. Because my cat doesn't mess with it, so I can leave it here on the desk. And I'm going to get stuff back away where it goes. I think I'm going to find me something to munch on. I'm starting to get a slight headache. And that's only because I need to eat something. So this one goes in this. Go. What? Yeah, I know, right? All right. Get that back in place. There we go. So that'll just go over here like that, and I'll put that up. All right, Sissy, give the girls hugs and kisses for me. And I will catch everybody around. And I know Tammy Diamond Painting with NMD. She has her live tonight. I know J Rob and Tima have their lives tomorrow. I'm not sure if Nyx is back yet this Saturday because she's sick again. She, they took off to the end of the year, and she got a cold and everything. So hopefully she's doing well. Until then, I will catch everybody later. Hugs. Love everybody. Bye, y'all.